That number keeps moving.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aisha Harley, if I do not know you, and it is my privilege to welcome you to our exclusive Essential Wellness How to Love the Clothes webinar. I know that you're going to love what you're going to learn tonight, as it is both super simple and effective. And I have no doubt that with our special guest speakers, there will be lots of laughs and good times. No doubt with these two. So I want to make the most out of our time together. So without further ado, I want to introduce our special guest speakers, Tiffan, Kreiger, Bryant, and Mandy, Kuhn. Tiffan is a close and dear friend, and she is a one-of-a-kind, dynamic dynamo. Say that a few times over. She has over 30 years of luxury sales experience, is a fierce strategist, is passionate about life, and thrives by motivating others to succeed. She lives in Portland, Oregon with her adorable husband, Steve, and her two magical pups, Augustus and Samara. We also have the amazing, talented, and absolutely hysterical, I love this. I don't know her. Actually, I'm just really meeting her for the first time here, but I love her because I've seen her on her videos and around doTERRA, Mandy Kuhn. Such an honor to have you with us here tonight. Mandy is a diamond wellness advocate who has been using essential oils for 6 years and lives with her husband, Freddie, and her 4 beautiful children in San Clemente, California. So I'm just going to pass it right on over to Tiffan.
Awesome. Hi. Okay, so for anybody doing this business that's terrified of talking in front of people, welcome. Welcome to my world. Okay, so I'm going to jump in because I'll stop feeling like I'm going to throw up if I just jump into it. Okay, so tonight we're going to learn to love the clothes. And I'm super grateful for Aisha for doing the webinar since I've never done one. And so she's really awesome for helping me. And for Mandy for asking, because I met Mandy Kuhn. It's so exciting. So, okay, so we're going to do this. Learning to love the clothes. So tonight, if you can grab a pen and a paper and your smartphone, those are the 3 things that you need to learn this skill set. Okay, it's just a technique to teach you how to do a skill set. So for those tuning in live that stay all the way through the end, we have a bonus for you from the 3 of us, and it's pretty exclusive and it's pretty special. So stay tuned, stay all the way to the end. And we have 2 objectives tonight, okay? The first is that you learn this close, that you learn it by the end of this session, by the end of this webinar. It's 30 seconds to a minute, and it's really only a minute if you talk like real slow. Otherwise, it's 30 seconds. So the other objective is for you to learn to use this technique to skill up. So my mom and dad, this was theirs. So we're going to call it the Kreiger way because this is, it's how I was raised. My dad was in the military and my mom is a wicked smart think tank. So anyone who met you, that's where the dynamic dynamo comes from. That's right there. And so we did brain activities. And if that wasn't enough, we did physical activities. And we were always figuring out, for instance, when we got good at throwing with our right hand, we had to learn how to throw with our left hand. When we got good at catching with the right hand. So always coming at things from different ways. So what we're going to teach you tonight is called the Kreiger way, because that's how I was raised and that's how we learn things. And it can translate into your doTERRA business in a myriad of ways. When you host someone, you can memorize your acknowledgement or how you're going to do it. And I did a lot of competitive sports. So everything for me is the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. And I can tell you that after 3 years of throwing up, like being live like this, it's better. Slowly getting better. So practice, practice, practice. Just practice. Okay, so we're going to go to the first slide, and that is the learning to love the clothes. Okay, now I'm going to leave it here for just a second because honestly, there are some things that I just drive me crazy with the clothes. One, people say, I don't want to be salesy. So one, just if you meet me, never say that to me, ever, ever. As long as you live, never say that to me. Because really what you're saying when you say salesy is slimy or sleazy. And no one that you know does doTERRA out of the 6 million people. has those characteristics. So just get rid of it. Just get rid of it and stop being committed to that thought process. So what I'd really encourage you to do is be open. And when you think about the close, if that word shuts you down, think about opening an opportunity. Because what we like to say on my team is when you close the sale, you are offering someone the lifeline of their lifetime. Think about that. Think about if Aaron Fugate had never offered Aisha Harley oils. Just pause for a second and think about it, right? If Aisha hadn't offered Elizabeth Mara, if Elizabeth Mara hadn't offered this, right? And then you get down to me. So like for me, I will forever be grateful for Kristen Weber Walker because she was brave enough to ask me to come to a class and enrolled me and asked for the sale. So think about it and think about what you're denying people when you don't do your job. It's your job to close, period, end of discussion. I've been to so many doTERRA classes where people do this amazing, I mean, brilliant class. It is so good that I'm like, I would love to enroll with them. I'm already enrolled, but I want to enroll with them. And then what happens is they get to the close and they pick up a piece of paper and they start reading and they freak out. And they're like, I'm just gonna sit next to you, or I'm gonna do this, or they just don't offer it. And they'll say, just let me know. That's what they say. And so I'm telling you that when you do that, you shoot yourself in the foot for a number of reasons, because what's gonna happen is they're gonna go down to the gym. They're gonna leave your house and not get the oils. And this is your good friend. They're gonna leave your house. They're not gonna get your oils. And they're gonna go to the gym. And Jenny Sue, who's there every Friday with a table that says, hey, if you get this kit, I'm gonna give you a wild orange. She's selling the oils. And so they're gonna buy it from her. And then they're gonna call you and say, oh my gosh, we have oils. We get to do this together. And you're gonna be like, no, Jenny Sue is not on my team, right? Because you didn't offer them the opportunity. So one, I would love for you all to skill up, get the confidence so that you're always asking for it. And instead of asking for a sale, you're always offering an opportunity. You're giving people a chance to say yes or no, and it's totally in their court. We actually don't have any control over this. So if you can just let go of any limiting beliefs, because they have no place on this call. None. This is going to be easy peasy. My 9-year-old nephew can do this, and he's quite charismatic. I should have recorded him, but anyway, we're going to go to the next one. This is the Kreiger way. This is what we do. And for the people on my team that have heard this 1,000 times, thanks for tuning in one more time. All right. So 9 simple, effective steps to mastering a skill set in less than 15 minutes. Now, this is for this 30-second close that we're going to teach you that's super simple. Now, if you have a business transition piece that's 2 to 5 minutes, this skill set will probably take you 30 minutes to an hour. You can still apply it. You can apply it everywhere. So first thing you're going to do, right, in this skill set is you're going to read it. And then you're going to listen to it. Now, when you read it, I suggest you read it silently and then you read it out loud. So you read your material. Once you've read it, you have a brain activity that starts. Now, once you listen to it, that's hence reading it out loud if you're by yourself, it sounds differently. And it sounds differently coming out of your voice. So you have a visual stimulation, you have an audio stimulation, and then you're going to write it down, right? So for any of the doctors, they can tell you the neurotransmitting, whatever happens to your brain when you write things down. So I know that this is a techie world and everybody likes to take pictures and screenshots. So feel free to do that, right? Take your screenshots. However, when I show the picture of this close, make sure that you shot that so that you can write it down later. I don't know that we're going to take the time to have everybody write it because, as Mandy knows, that was super exhausting and I didn't have any patience when people didn't write very fast. So anyway, this is step 1. There's 3 steps, and in each step, there's 3 modalities. First step, you read it, you listen to it, and then you write it down. That's it. Okay? Next step. You're going to take that piece of paper, right? Hold on, I'll do it. Close. See this? Close. Here's the close. I take the close and I read this into my smartphone. So everybody get your smartphone and put it on, what is it called? Voice recording mode. We're just going to do the voice recording. So when you take it, you lift your phone up. This is my phone. Take your phone up and you read the close into it. So boring, so simple. Okay. And then the next thing you're going to do, Mandy is going to demonstrate what this next one is. Okay, she's going to hold her phone up and she is just going to do an audio recording that is an Oscar-winning performance. That's the next one. So Mandy's going to give us an example of what that looks like. Right now. She's going to, oh, do you have the clothes in front of you? No, she doesn't. Okay, so she's not going to
I
do it
don't.
now.
I need the clothes. I need the clothes.
So we're going to do it later.
Okay, we'll do it later. See, that was a preview.
That's just a preview.
That was a preview. That's for you guys to stick around and see what comes, because we're going to go crazy.
At the end.
At the end. You have to earn it, though.
You have to earn it. Okay, so not now, later. All right, so the next technique, I want to explain why it's important. The next technique is, how many of you have a hero? Mine is this lady, okay? Thank you, Cody Hawes, I love you. All right, so you guys might have heard of her. Her name is Emily Wright, and she is a bit of a legend. She stands in a fierce integrity. And a lot of times when you meet your hero, you can be really disappointed. And what happened for me was a gigantic shift in my business when I met her, because she turned into this person that was exactly who I thought she was. She's exactly what she presents herself to be. And I have had all these different occasions. One is at the sourcing trip that I won from Diamond Club. The one before that with our fingers holding up, it's where she was like, are you going to be number one? And so she gave me all this encouragement about Diamond Club. And then I went to the sourcing trip with her. And that's us in the peppermint fields. And so I've had these myriad of experiences with this woman. And so here's a tip that I would love for you all to write down. In everything that you do, doTERRA, use Emily as your gauge. Pretend like she's your business partner. Pretend like Emily is with you in every aspect of your doTERRA business. And if you are having a crucial conversation, what would she think? Would she approve? Are you being an ambassador of the breed, or of the breed? Hello, I work with dogs. Are you being an ambassador of doTERRA? Are you a product of the product? Do you hold yourself accountable? Do you, all of the different things. If you're doing something right, keep doing it. Keep doing that. And just pretend like she's right here. Okay, now if you want to use her as your hero and your gauge for this next exercise, do that. I think that she would probably love that. But raising the level of your team and raising the level of skill set that you have, one of them is an accountability piece. And that is Emily Wright for me. So the next slide, we're going to show you why. So again, you read it from your paper, you have an Oscar-winning performance, and then your hero has asked you to come to their home and close their 20 closest friends. Do you know what that is? A pressure close. So the first time, you're just getting it out of the way. The second time, you're actually getting out of your own way. When you do this Oscar-winning performance, you're getting out of your head because you're going to be so much fun. And when your team gives you these, it's a great team building experience, right? Everybody gets to laugh. And so this thing that felt so hard is now easy. And it's like Mickey Mouse voice or Donald Duck or Scottish or doing yoga, breathing hard, whatever it is. It can be anything, but you get out of your own head and you actually start doing this. And then the third one is a pressure close. So I had Sadie Kelly do this in my basement. We were filming this. And I mean, the body language change from 1, 2, and 3 is so dramatic. So what that does with all of these, without you even knowing, is you're changing and you have different experiences to handle different crowds. And you'll be able to accommodate your body language and other people's body languages, right? You'll be able to read and engage and know if it needs to be fun, right? Like you lost the crowd and they're tired and they're like, okay, I'm ready to go home, and they're bored. Okay, then there's an Oscar-winning performance you're gonna do. Now, if it's somebody that like, it's kind of unruly and you gotta rein it in, these are just examples of how you can do a close, okay? So the third step is you're gonna do these same things, except this time you're gonna put on video. So you're going to read your handwriting into a video. I am closing super boring here. There you go. That's it. That's what you do. And then the next one, super dramatic. Mandy's also going to show this later, not now, later, when the close comes up, not right now. So you do a dramatic video because that will make you smile and you'll remember why you do this, because it's fun to share oils with people and make their lives better. And then again, you do it in front of your hero, your accountability partner that's right here beside you, making sure you're standing in integrity, and you do your job to the best of your ability. Okay? That's it. 9 steps. Super fun, super easy. And when you've done this, I mean, really, like, you even try to stall, it takes 15 minutes. And just remember that there's like a book out there. There's all these things like 10,000 times you have to do something to master a skill. Just remember that you've learned this and now you can teach it. And the great thing about teaching it is you learn it more. And then when you learn it more, it just strengthens. It strengthens and it gets better and better and better. And then when you have papers rustling and dogs barking and someone drinking too much wine or someone licking your oil bottle, that happens. It's serious. When you have these things happen, you don't freak out. You're still on point. You know you're close because you know this. It's your job. Okay? Now, the next slide is why this close is important. Okay? And let me tell you why. That's the close. Okay, here we go. So this person in the corner, this is Aisha. So this was my trip to Prague. I was not stuck in my business. I was stuck at a rank. And in fact, I was doing crazy good things. I went through Diamond Club. I had all these enrollments. And if you had asked me if I was stuck, I'd be like, no, like it's on fire. Like I was doing great things, but my rank didn't move. And so I was like, okay, I need to do something. And so I went to train with the best of the best. If you guys don't know who Aisha is, I would encourage you to open a leadership magazine to the first page of where they announce the ranks. That's her right there at the top. That's her. You should know her. She's kind of a big deal. So anyway, being stuck in my business was just the rank wasn't moving. All this work, and it wasn't working. So I'm in Prague. Aisha was there. And we're in this big training session. You guys, for those who know, she's so powerful. And she can talk for 12, 14 hours, just same energy. So she is talking about the close and teaching classes. And she's like, looks at me across the room and points, and we have this moment, and she's like, you can close, right? And I'm like, totally, easy, yes, obviously. And then, you know, she kind of stalks across the room and leans on the table super dramatically and says to me, can everyone in your organization do it? Can they close like you do? That was my aha moment. That was the moment I realized that I was doing these great closes and I had all these years of experience. And I mean, I could sell, you know, an $80,000 Louis Vuitton bag like that. Done. $35,000 trunk. Boom. Done. Sell it. And yet I'm stuck or the rank isn't moving. So what I found out, and one of my biggest takeaways from that training in Prague is if you can't duplicate, you're making your job hard. So I'm doing these great killer closes, and you know what I'm doing? I'm getting customer after customer after customer, which is awesome. But no one wants to build because I made it look hard. So what you want to do, and this is a big piece of advice, take it or leave it, is you want to be duplicable. You want to do a close so simply and effectively that everyone wants what you have. Everyone wants to enroll. They want to get on the loyalty rewards program, and they want to do it themselves because they look at you like, I could do that. But what was happening is I gave these group closes. You know, I've seen doctors who give closes and you're like, oh, I want what they have. But you don't think that you can do what a doctor does because you're like, it's too hard. It's too complicated. So let's get unstuck together. Okay. Let's learn to close like a boss. So easy. Okay. So make sure that 10,000 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 100,000 people can do what you do. So you want people from a fourth grade read level to the smartest person that you know to be able to do this close. And if you can do that, then you're going to duplicate and your business will take a whole different form. Okay. Now, here's another statistic. I would like to ask you what you would like people to remember. We get into these classes and there are adults that come to the class, right? A one-on-one or a class or whatever, and they actually want to be there. So it's not like you force them to come. They want to learn this and they want to be there. So with the best intention and all of the best circumstances, adults will remember 10 to 18% of what they learn in 1 hour. Did you guys hear that? 10 to 18% in 1 hour. That is like going through a class and basically what they remembered is that there's a raffle. Sometimes they remember that. Or that there's a peppermint and a frankincense. That's what they remember. They remember their neck feels good. Maybe their headache went away. That's the 10% out of that hour that they got and that they're going to take home. So do you want people to remember the experience or the confusion. And the confusion comes in when you get to the end and you get to the close and you're like, I have to tell them about the LRP or they'll never get on it. So you not only give this amazing class that's 30 minutes, but then you give a 30-minute close. They are like either snoozeville, they've checked out completely because it's too many numbers. You're like the diamond kit, and then the this kit, and then the this kit, and then this kit, and then the this has the points, and then it's 10%, it's 20%, it's 15%. There's a PV, there's an OV, there's an LLV, there's some A to Z. And then they literally are like, I have to go home and think about it. The second that happens and they shut down, they're going to buy from somebody else, or it's going to take you so long to follow up and close it. You missed your window. You missed your opportunity because you made it too complicated. Too many choices. And they actually don't know anything about doTERRA. They only know either the samples that you gave them effectively and what they kind of had in mind they wanted to buy, or they know this experience that you gave them at the class. So do you want them to go home to their dog, their spouse, their whatever, and go, oh my gosh, my headache's gone, I feel amazing? Or do you want them to go home and go, I think I have to come up with $500 and by the 15th, because there's a 25th that's something's happening. Like, you just don't want that, right? You want to make it so simple. Okay, you want them to remember the oils. Remember, we are not talking about dogs, we're talking about people now. We want to be the ambassador of doTERRA, right? You're a product of the product. The oils do the work for you. We're simply saying, here's a platter, pick the oils you want. You're welcome. That's it, easy peasy, okay? So let me see the next slide, see if we're ready for that. Oh, there's the close. Okay, so the next slide is the close that Mandy is going to read to you. So here's the blessing of this. She's gonna read it to you, you're gonna hear it, and it's gonna be funny, so it's gonna be an Oscar-winning performance. So you've already checked off 3 of those things. And I'm just gonna leak a little bit of the prize that you may or may not win. Basically, when you take action, I see a lot of people at doTERRA that train, and then they train, and they train, and they never actually use the skills they have. So tonight, we would like to incentivize you to actually take action. So we want you to check off all of these 9 skill sets, and on Mandy's page, you're going to comment, and you have to have it done by 10 p.m. tonight. You can't wait. You have to do it right after this call. Okay, and we're gonna each, so on my team, they can post on my page, or you can post on Aisha's page, and Aisha's people are gonna post on Essential Wellness Pathway to Success. That's where we're gonna post. And we're picking one winner from each of these groups. So 3 people will have an opportunity for the prize that we're gonna offer, but you have to take action. So you're gonna have to make 3 voice recordings, 3 video recordings, and then you've got the other 3 here, you just check them off the count. Okay, so Mandy, would you like to take it away? We can't hear you.
Sure, I can do that. Can you hear me now? Yay! Hi guys, I'm apologizing now. I do have to tell you, Tiffan, I have a jar here that I was like gonna put money in for every time you swore, and you didn't swear. I'm like super proud of you.
Yeah,
like clean, clean as the whistle.
Emily
like,
was right.
I know. I'm like, you were prepared on that one. Very, very proud of you, girl. Okay, do you want me to just read it normal first, or do you want me to go off?
Go off.
Okay, did you want the accent, or did you want me to overdo it, or which would you like? Actually, let me hear from everybody else. Do you guys want, I can do what I did.
Valley Girl.
Valley Girl?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do Valley Girl. Are you guys ready? And then if you guys have any requests, I do take requests. So I did Scottish
3 times. So
okay.
3 versions.
3 versions of something. Okay, here we go. Are you guys ready? Okay, there's 3 ways to purchase the oils. The first way is retail. None of us here tonight are going to purchase retail. The only time you would purchase retail is at a high-end, sorry, this is blocking everything, so hold on. A high-end spa or a doctor's office. The second way is wholesale, like Sam's Club or Costco membership. You get wholesale prices every time you purchase the oils. The third way that you purchase the oils, and this is the smartest way, and the only way I purchase my oils, and that is below wholesale. Knocked it out of there. I live in Southern California. I mean, what do you guys want from me?
Okay, so I want to bring one thing up right now. When you say below wholesale, for everybody who's on here, just think in your mind, there's a big neon sign that says below wholesale equals loyalty rewards program. That's what it equals. So when you're working the room after this and we do that transition phase, what happens is you go around the room and I'm like, okay, Mandy and Aisha and I are going to work the room and we're going to come meet your needs. So think of your top 3 things. What happens is before I even get to them, they're like, tell me about that below wholesale. So below wholesale equals loyalty rewards program. Just think those things. That's why you don't have to overcomplicate this close and you don't have to add things to it, because when you add things to it, you're actually justifying what you're doing. Right here, you have 3 options, which are beautiful Scottish Oscar-winning performer is now going to show you again. So for those of you writing it down, Mandy.
Yep.
Go.
I'm just getting warm. It's okay. I have a kilt on. The Braveheart soundtrack is going on in the background. I have paint blue on 3/4, 1/4 of my face, bloodied up. You guys ready? There are 3 ways to purchase the oils. The first way is retail. None of us here tonight are going to purchase retail. The only time you would purchase retail is at a high-end spa or a doctor's office. The second way is wholesale, like Sam's Club or a Costco membership. You'll get wholesale prices every time you purchase oils. The third way that you purchase the oils, and this is the smartest way, and the only way I purchase the oils, and that is below wholesale.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Thank you, Mandy.
I want an Oscar for Pete's sake.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Oscar-winning performance. So first of all, I'm crying because I'm laughing so hard.
My kids hate me. Are you kidding me? This is so fun for me because I do this with my kids and they're like, Mom. But like with you guys, this is great.
But think about it. So all of our team trainings, everything's so serious, right? People end up crying and it happens and I get it and there's nervousness, but this is fun, okay? And when you engage people and people are smiling and they're laughing, the other thing is when you record it this way and you watch it back on the way to class, so you're prepared when you go to your class, you have your tools. They're in your phone. They've gone with you. You can listen to it. You're smiling. You can hear yourself smile. And it doesn't matter how much I coach you. It doesn't matter how much Aisha or Mandy coaches you. When you get up there and I'm like, stop saying okay, or stop clicking, or like a team who's like, stop doing that, the little noise that I always do. Whatever it is that people tell you to stop doing, you can't do it until you watch yourself, and with your own self-awareness, you will adjust. That's why these voice recordings and these video recordings are so crucial, because you are there saying, okay, you know what? Got it. And just, we had some other things. Just remember that we are solutions providers. That's what we do. So if you are hung up on videoing yourself, I have a couple people on my team that are, they literally would just lose it. Like just ball, they just could not look at themselves. Super great tip. Turn the camera around. Then you don't see. And then you can just video. Have a friend video you. Ask your neighbor to video you. These are all easy things. So the more you practice, the more fun it gets, the easier it gets, and you don't have these harder transition pieces. So I invite everyone to do the business with me, and we learn it this way, same way. And then we do this close. But just for the sake of this call, because we're at 7:30, I have a lot of people that push back. And so in this area where people push back, I want to give you some tips. They're like, what about the kits? What about the kits? How about the 100 points? What are you going to do? What's happening? Here's some answers. Take a breath. First of all, you do this close, and they know if they get to buy it retail or they get to be stupid, right? If they're buying it retail, you've said they're smart. So everyone wants to be smart. So nobody's going to say, well, I just want to buy one bottle. Because you've already said that's not the smartest way to do it. And nobody wants to be the dumb one in the group. So they're not going to do that anymore. So that could help alleviate the, I want to buy one thing. The other part of it is you don't have to tell them about the points right then. We are going to do follow-up because the fortune is in the follow-up. So when you do your membership overview or your wellness console, or can we start again, or whatever it's called, when you do that, that is when you can talk about these amazing things. Now, when you work your way around the room, if your class is at 30 minutes, you can talk about kits. If your class is at 45 minutes, you talk about kits, you have broken your promise. And when you break your promise, you break trust that you're building with people. If you tell them the class is going to be an hour, that class needs to be an hour. So at 30 minutes, if you finished your class, talk about some kits. I talk about the diamond kit, the all oil kit, and the natural solutions kit. Those are the kits I talk about. I feel like the other kits sell themselves, and truly I want to make a difference in people's lives. And I believe that those 3 kits are the way to do that. And I believe they have the most savings. That's my deal. Now, because this is your job, you need to have 6 catchphrases with every single kit that you sell. So when you do that, you're ready to talk about those like that. So what happens is we just did this close, and then I say, okay, Mandy and Aisha and I are going to come around to you, and we're each going to try to meet your needs. And when we go up to that person, we say, what are we working on? If they're confused, we help them. And if somebody says, tell me about that below wholesale, I have about 6 catchphrases that I say, like, how busy are you? And they're like, dude, so slammed. I'm so slammed. I barely had time to come tonight. I'm like, okay, well, guess what? This is about to save your life. It is a loyalty rewards program. You get to pick what comes to you every month. You don't have to leave the house. It's going to be there. You're never going to run out of toothpaste. You're never going to run out of laundry detergent, this, and this. So you cater your answer to their needs. And then they're like, loyalty rewards program, sign me up, greatest thing ever. You just took hours off my life. I don't have to go to Target with 10 kids. Awesome. Okay, so think about ways to do this. Okay, of course, I'm getting a phone call right now. So what you want to do when you do these transition phases and you go around is remember that when you follow up, that is when you can talk about things. And when you're going around the room, that's when you can talk about kits. If you're at 45 minutes, you do this close, you work the room, and you talk to people about the kits that will best meet what they're asking you for. If they've got this and this and this and this and this and this and this, of course you're going to recommend those 3 kits because those are going to help them. If they're like, I just have a headache, that's it, and I'm totally healthy and I just have a headache, then you can meet those needs and you can say, okay, what about the top 3 things or whatever. There's a ton of transitions. So instead of using the word upline, I like to use support system. So the idea is for you to take this general overview and go to your support system and figure out the catchphrases that work for you that you can really build on this, right? You can find a catchphrase for each of the kits using the same technique, right? The same 9 steps that make it super easy. Okay, so we are at 7:33, and this is it. This is the training. It's really, really simple. So we're gonna have Aisha read it once, we're gonna have Mandy read it once, and then I'm gonna read it once because it takes 30 seconds, just so you know, so that's another minute and a half you'll have to give us. But also just know that I like to dramatically pause at retail. I like to dramatically pause at wholesale, at the smartest way, and when I purchase my oils. So just so you know, I like dramatic pauses. So it's interesting, you can figure out which one you like the most, and Aisha's gonna go first.
Here we go. There are 3 ways to purchase the oils. The first way is retail. Now, none of us here tonight are going to purchase retail. The only time you would purchase retail is at a high-end spa or at a doctor's office. The second way is wholesale, like Sam's Club or a Costco membership. You get a wholesale price every time you purchase the oils. The third way that you purchase the oils, and this is the smartest way and the only way I purchase my oils, and that is below wholesale.
I would give you an Oscar for that.
Sorry, no cute accent from this girl.
I'm gonna get your Oscar. You get that. Okay, Mandy, you go.
I'm going to play Mandy. Is that okay?
I love Mandy.
Let's do Mandy. Okay. There are 3 ways to purchase the oils. The first way is retail. Now, none of us here tonight are going to purchase retail because the only time you would purchase retail is at a high-end spa or a doctor's office. The second way is wholesale, like Sam's Club or a Costco membership. You get wholesale prices every time you purchase oils. The third way that you purchase the oils, and this is the smartest way, and the only way I purchase my oils, and that is below wholesale.
I love it so much. Okay, this is really fun. Okay, so I never say the part, you get wholesale prices every time you purchase the oils, but I have some people that needed extra things because it was just too short. So anyway, so here we go. And also just, I say for people to use this 100 times, not 100 people, but to do this 100 times. And when you do this, please just remember, and I say never change it, there is one little change. If you're at a one-on-one, maybe don't say none of us. maybe. Okay. Just say, girl, I am not going to allow you to buy retail. You know, you can change that little part if you're one-on-one. Okay. Don't be crazy. Okay. So here we go. Okay. and now of course I'm totally nervous. Okay.
Well, I want an accent or a character or something. Like, come on. No?
I can be sick and throw up. I can do that. I can do that. All right. So we just closed. And I like to say, because I'm funny in a class where I'm not scared, I say, who wants to know how to buy the oils? And I look for the face that wants to buy them. And the person that's either leaning in or has been really engaged all night. And I say, there are 3 ways to purchase the oils. The first way is retail. Now, none of us tonight are going to purchase retail. The only time you would purchase retail, it is a high-end spa or like a doctor's office. The second way is wholesale. It's like Sam's Club or a Costco membership. The third way that you purchase your oils, and this is the smartest way, and it's the only way that I purchase my oils, and that's below wholesale. And that's it. And I even stuttered through it. You guys did way better. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Aisha, do you want to take it to the next thing?
Let's do it.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, okay.
So,
what we want you to do, all of you, is to take action right now. But we are going to have a little Q&A, I think, first. But as soon as we're done with this call, we want you to take action because you've heard it, you've seen it, you've read it. And so now is the time to really internalize it and get it in you. It's super simple. And if you put it off, you probably won't get to it. So just own it right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to send your 3 recordings and videos to your enroller upline support system. But I think what we should, do you want them to send them to their upline and then also post, Tiffan?
Yeah, just say, I send it to my upline.
Okay.
And that way a lot of people, because you have a lot of people. So
yeah, so if you want to send that to your upline so they can see it, that's great. And then if you are on my team, so on the Pathway to Success page, I will make a meme right after this, and you can go in and post your recordings. And I'm going to be really generous and give you until the rest of the evening. And tomorrow we will pick a winner. It'll just be a random winner. And you get a 30-minute coaching session with any of us. So you can let me know when you win, who you want your coaching session with, and then I'll connect you with Tiffan or Mandy. And then Tiffan, where do you want your people to post?
They can post on Pathway to Success, or they can post on Grow, Live, Love, Thrive. Either way.
And then Mandy, how about your people?
I think what I'll ask my people to do is if they want to send my 3 recording or their 3 recordings and their 3 videos, go ahead and email those to me at oilsandstuff@yahoo.com. And then I'm going to put a post on our Oils and Stuff business page and pick your favorite recording or your favorite video.
I love that.
And put it into underneath after I do either a meme or a special post that you can put right underneath that. So why don't you email me everything, pick the one you like, and then I'll choose a winner from that.
Yeah,
I agree. Go ahead. Yeah. You don't need to post all of them. Let's post
the one that you love the most.
Yeah.
And by 10, Aisha was just kidding about all night. It's 10 p.m.
Okay. Oh, by 10. Yeah. So you have to get on top of it.
Yeah.
We're 10. Done.
10 o'clock gives you an hour. Easy. Actually, it gives you 2 hours. So it's a lot of time. You could actually, you know what, I could go crazy here. And if you get one of your team who wasn't on this call to do it as well, they could qualify. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
You could teach somebody in 2 hours to do the same thing. Okay.
What we're doing now is I'm actually going to stop the recording in just a moment. So you know what? I'm going to just do that right now. Hold on. Let me stop the recording. So bye-bye, everyone who's on the recording.